Hold on. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm recording in the garage. Don't ask me. Don't ask me why. Hold on. All right. I don't know what I'm looking for. Welcome to Crowdercast number 3. Now, a lot of people, everywhere I've been, every public event, every school program, anything, anywhere social that includes me interacting with kids my age, I always get asked. Well, not always, but very often, like 9 times out of 10, I get asked, why am I so quiet? And I'm gonna answer that today, right now. So, it all goes back to elementary school. When I was younger, I used to always try and tell myself that wherever I'm at, I'm gonna try and be make sure that door's not open. I'm gonna try and be a talkative person. I'm gonna try to, you see the class clowns, you wanna be just like them. So I spent some time trying to be just like the class clowns, except not all the time. I wanted to kind of be like them, but it never really ended up so well for me. Every time I tried to do something, I ended up getting some bad attention in return, some bad responses. Got bullied, got laughed at, got clowned. Said some retarded stuff, I'm not gonna lie. Some retarded stuff. When you're younger, you have these moments to where you and your friends are discussing how you get punished. Some say they get whooped. Some say they don't get punished. Some say they get jumped by both parents, So, here's a quick example, really quickly. When I was 15, that's when I first cut off my dreads. Now, before that, there was a dude on the football team named Carl. Now, he asked me, why don't I just ask for a taper fade? Because my dreads, I grew them from a mohawk, so that was pretty bad at the back. I didn't even notice that. He asked me, why don't I just grow a mohawk? And I said, well, no, I'm gonna scratch that. Why don't I just ask for a taper fade? And I said, I would, but I don't want to get killed. I said that because I said my mom whooped me with no belt now. Which isn't really true. I get whooped with a belt, but I just transfer back over to that little kid mentality, as I often do sometimes. Because imagine being in high school telling someone, I get beat with no belt. I get killed. That's like the worst thing to say to somebody. That's so retarded. I don't even know why I said it. And I see it now. Not bad at look. See, things like that are the reason I don't talk now. Because every time I try and socialize, I don't do so well at it. I was always an introverted person. But around middle school is when it really hit. I was quiet all the way in elementary, but when I was in middle school, it hit. I almost didn't talk to anybody. That's when people had to come to me if they wanted to say something and become friends. I don't really I really don't even know how to start a conversation. Do I just go up to a person and be like, hey, what's up, man? I'm pretty sure you do. You just go up to them. That's for their name. That's somebody doing it or something like that. But I just prefer not to do it because in the area I'm in, you get judged for anything. I feel like if I go try to talk to somebody, I'm gonna get judged for something, whether it's my hair, my clothes, which is a normal uniform. I got on a polo shirt and jeans. But I feel like when I hear something, I feel like I wouldn't get along with people in my area nowadays. You know, everybody has they want to wear the tight jeans and somehow sag the tight jeans and then wear these things on their hair. I don't do none of that. I wear baggier jeans. I wear a belt. I dress good. But I always feel like, I'm getting judged for something. I just don't know what. And because of that, I just prefer to keep to myself because I don't like the embarrassment of trying to talk to somebody and they give you this awkward response in return. It's happened sometimes, and I just quit. I just decide I'm just gonna stay to myself. I'm not gonna talk to nobody. If they wanna talk to me, they come to me. And then even when that happens, I'm still gonna be kind of quiet and shy. Now, because of my lack of communication with people, I don't know how to respond to a lot of stuff, a lot of questions. I got friends, but some of my friends I rarely ever talk to. Some I talk to every day, but that's because they came to me. And I remember on the first days of high school, freshman year, I sat at this table by the pizza line. Now, it was a table that everybody was quiet, everybody was isolated. Okay, that's perfect. But what I realized is I look around at the kids at that table, they look a little different. One dude was just staring at the floor. Another dude was just built weird. And that's when I realized that's what some of the special kids said. And I was like, oh, shoot. This Mexican dude named Alejandro is the one that got me from that table, and that's when I started hanging out with him. But I wish I would have made some friends sooner. See, I go to school, I stay to myself. In fact, I go to school hoping somebody will say something about my height or me being big, because that's what kind of gets me, associated with people. I got that football player look. Definitely have to build like my arms. I ain't blocking nothing with this, man. But my builders have really made me cool with people I'm cool with now. Apparently I give off football player vibes, and though I do not play football, I was never good at football. I keep hearing a sound, I don't know what it is. Yeah, don't play football. So that's kind of how I ended up talking to a few people, but when I first met them, I didn't say anything. I just hope they come to me and say something, which I really do want to work on, communicating and going to others. So now I got my schedule changed, so at C lunch at my school, I got C lunch on B days. I sit by myself. I don't talk to nobody. Sit next to them. I know some people in the cafeteria, but I wouldn't say cool with them. Like, I've talked to them a little bit because they're cool with some other people I'm friends with. I'm like, well, he's cool, but I don't know if I really want to sit with him. He's talking to his friends. He doesn't really know me like that, so I'm leaving him alone. Because that's where the awkwardness comes in. I'm just at this table, And that's you start feeling like you're that one person in the friend group that's just following these people around, but they don't really know you. You're kind of cool. When you talk, you said if you were to one guy and now you're following him around, or you talk to his friends, they're looking at you like, who is this guy? And I'm like, yeah. And that's the reason I decided, nah. I'm just gonna do my own thing. Yeah. Up to right now, I'm still a very quiet person. In fact, that's the issue. That's what I think the issue is. That's the reason. I think that's the reason I got clowned when I did, because I'm a quiet person. Because back in third grade, I got bullied bad, and the actions I did didn't make it any better. I got roasted by this one girl named Maria, and there was nothing I could do about it. It was a female. I couldn't do nothing about it. My action, my preference is always, you know what? I'm gonna let them talk, because I'm just ready to fight somebody. That's it. I'm not good at nothing until it's time to fight. When it's time to fight, and I'm perfect. I'm good. But back in third grade, getting roasted by a female, can't fight a female. Even though I could, wouldn't fight a female. So I just kind of sit there and take it, because whenever I try to say something to you, be like, man, that's where you got a bald fade, that's where your forehead big, that's where your teeth crooked. And the thing, my comeback was, that's where you wear glasses. That's why you ugly. I give back some whack comeback. And then they just made it worse. Now the class looking at me like, what? And now I just put myself deeper in the mud. Now the whole class is ganging up on me. And then it didn't make it no better, because I had to. What made it worse is I had to go to the bathroom all the time. Now I was always too scared to ask to go to the bathroom, because I feel like every time my voice was heard by that girl that bullied me, she was going to say something. The moment I talk, here she goes. It just activates her, just reminds her that I exist. So I just sit there, holding that mud, shaking that leg until it's too late. Day is over, bathrooms prohibited, I ain't nowhere else to go. I'm just sitting there learning, pants all wet. Oh God, I don't even know if I really wanna. Okay, pants all wet. I'm getting roasted already. I stand up, pants all soaked. That ain't making no better. Yeah, she came over there and just look at my pants. Came over there and look. He said, "Man, that boy peed on himself." And oh God, that's when I was just like, oh man. And then I had anger issues, so my reaction to getting bullied was bad. You know, that's why I'm quiet now, because back then, if I got bullied, I would have said, leave me alone. If they kept going, I was like yelling, leave me alone. I've just been crashing out bad. Leave me alone, you know. That didn't make it no better, because I'm hollering, I'm screaming, I'm looking retarded. And it's just, nothing's making it better. So that's why nowadays, I just stay quiet. If somebody says something, that's what I was gonna say. Staying quiet, I feel like, is what makes you look like a target. If somebody says something about you, less space for you to say something back. Which is why I'll wait until it's something to fight, because I still can't roast up to this day. Still would have said something retarded. If I just sit there and talk, but the moment they put a hand on me, we gotta fight. I beat him in a fight, and then boom, we cool, just like that. I had a lot of fights. I'm gonna explain that in the next Crowdercast. All the fights I've ever had, but never gotten one in a while. That's why I just stay quiet. However, I haven't got laughed at or bullied in a while. But I stay quiet to ensure that somebody fascinated by, oh, he's big, he's tall, oh, that's cool. You know? But I just stay quiet because if somebody says something about me, there's really no point in saying nothing back. Let me say what they want to say. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's time to throw some hands. And however, I was a scrawny kid back in the day. Right now, I'm 17 years old, 213 pounds, 6'3", 4". Basketball player. I could be a basketball star, I could be a football star. Nobody really wants to say anything. Now, a lot of people look at me and be like, man, I wouldn't want to fight that dude, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And it's cool knowing that, and somebody would look at me and, you know, not want trouble, but at the same time, it's just like, you know, it's cool you think that. I don't gotta worry about getting bullied, but yeah. I don't really like to brag about being tall, because I'm not the tallest person in the world. There's people at my school taller than me. There's people at my school bigger than me, especially on the football team. I was 77 on O-line was like a big old juggernaut. So I was like, yeah, like probably 6'5", 6'6", 300 pounds or higher. Yeah. That's the reason I stay quiet. I don't want no trouble. I just want to go to school, get out. I'm a senior, man. I get out in May. Stage walk is June 2nd. So if you can survive until then, and I'm out of there. Anyways, that's the reason I'm a quiet person. So now y'all know.